All right, so what is Akash? What is Akash network, or Akash for short? Akash is an open network that facilitates the secure and efficient buying and selling of computing resources. Well, you could say, what is computing resource? Well, if you've heard about hosting, if you've heard about GPUs and all of those things, so those are computing resource. If you've heard about trying to run a machine learning model on the cloud, or trying to run some AI related stuff on the cloud, so all of these things are done on the cloud, but they are technically cloud resources. So the options goes beyond that, but I feel like those are the major use case. Yeah, AI and ML, but it goes beyond that certainly. So Akash is built for public utility, and Akash is said to be a decentralized compute marketplace. Just like we have, okay, let's talk a bit about decentralization or decentralized. Um, Unlike the centralized system where things are regulated or censored, like you have to go through an authorized body to get access to these cloud computing resources. For example, Azure, right? Microsoft Azure, you have to create an account. Yeah, you have to create an account. They kind of know you, kind of, right? You have to do some profiling, KYC, right? The likes of Amazon, the likes of, sorry, yeah, Amazon, AWS, the likes of Google, is it Workspace now, or Google Collab? Yeah, I think, yeah, Google Collab. So all of these things are alternatives to, yeah, they are centralized cloud cloud computing marketplaces. But the idea, or what make Akash special or unique, is that Akash is decentralized, meaning that you really do not have to do um, any KYC. You don't really have to submit any identity, and you could just get access to these cloud computing resources, and yeah, you pay as you go, certainly. Yeah, so Akash is built for public and it is fully open source. Yeah, I feel like another thing that makes Akash very strong is the fact that it is open source. So Akash is fully managed by the community, was built for the community, and completely managed by the community. So it has an active community of contributor. Yeah, Akash has um, an active community of contributors. You could check out Akash GitHub repo. You could check out Akash Discord server. You could check out Akash X, and you would see that it has active members. So, like I said, Akash is the world premium decentralized cloud or compute marketplace. It's just like you being in the market literally. You could go to the market and buy some stuff you need, say anything basically. But in talking about Akash now, your goal is to get cloud computing resources. So you can imagine Akash being a marketplace that you could go to and say, hey, I would like to have maybe 4 cores CPU power, or I would like to have 8 gig RAM of all of those things, and you could just get them. Um, you could just get them and use them on the cloud without having to worry about setup, without having to worry about maintenance or running these things. Yeah, so easily put, Akash lets users buy and sell computing resources securely and efficiently. Yeah, securely and efficiently. Emphasis on that. All right, so now that you know what Akash is, now let's talk about Akash Zealy, right? So Akash Zealy is a program run, yeah, obviously run by Akash, and the idea here is to um yeah, is to get people familiar with Akash network. So the goal is to introduce people to the network and hopefully have people stay on the network. So they designed Zealy in a should I say competition now, or you could say challenge, in a challenge, in a fun way. So you could the goal is that you complete some tasks and you get rewarded for for completing those tasks. Obviously, there is more to it. Yeah, XP experience point is used. This means that, if you complete, let's say you complete task A, you get XP for completing that task, and if you complete B, you get more, and you keep piling XP, and your XP experience point will be converted to Akash token, which is Akash native token. So at the end of the challenge, at the end of the competition, um, at the end of the contribution, every you get rewarded based on the number of SP you were able to gather. And trust me, these tasks are very, very easy tasks. I mean, you do not have to be technical. You do not have to, you really do not have to be technical to complete these tasks. Don't worry, we'll go through one of those tasks right here on this call, so you would see what I'm saying. All right, so yeah, the higher your position on the leaderboard, the greater your chance of winning significant prizes. Yeah, you heard right. So you are encouraged to participate in this program. It is currently running, so you can just check. I'll share link to that. I think I can just pull it up now, but hopefully before the end of the call, certainly before the end of the call, I'll drop the link in the chat so you can check it out. And of course, you need a wallet to be able to interact with Akash network, because again, it is Web3, right? It is crypto, so you need a wallet. So this link, the link below, has the link would direct you to a doc page that would guide you on how to set up your wallet. You have several options. I think you have you have Kepler wallet, you have Cosmos, and you have Leap. So you could use anyone. I use Kepler, but it's just because you could use anyone you want to. The documentation is very straightforward and very easy. But if you have any issue, you could just reach out to me. I'll be very I'll be glad to help. So just to emphasize, you need an Akash wallet to be able to interact, and because obviously during the okay, you will probably demo that, but the idea is during while registering for the competition, the challenge, Zealy, Akash Zealy, you'll be required to submit your AKT wallet, right? Because that's where you get your payment. So you really want to do that. All right. So moving forward, we have this. This was a screenshot of one of those tasks you would be required to complete. So this task says deploy on Akash Console, and this is the task uh, I'll be demoing. So in few minutes, few seconds technically, I would Alright guys, let's go into the deployment. So this is Akash Console, and I'm right here in the deployment tab. So if you come to the Akash Console, so right now I have requested, or I have trial funds. So this is another interesting thing with Akash, because um, normally, like appropriately, when you want to deploy on Akash, you have to have AKT, right? Akash native token, to pay for the um services you'll be using, the compute resources. So you have to have AKT, but in order to test things out and to carry out test deployments such as this, you can easily request for trial funds by clicking on this, and you get 10 US dollar, which you can use for demo deployment. All right, so now that we are funded, you can click on this deploy, but I would like to deploy from the template, so I can click on this template, and right here we find various things that we can just choose to deploy directly on Akash. So you literally don't have to be technical, you don't really have to write code, you don't need to know how to write codes. You could just select any of this sample or templates and deploy, and you'll be fine. So I would select the games category, just because I think a game will be fun to fun to deploy. So yeah, let's have this checked. All right, so in the games category we have several games that we can choose from. So I'm going to go ahead with Tetris. So let's go ahead to deploy this. So this is a JavaScript game. Again, I did not have to write the code, so I can just deploy from the template. So this is the YAML file. You do not have to edit this if you do not if you're not that technical. Like I said, you don't have to. You can just go ahead, click on create deployment. But if you do, then you can go ahead to edit this to your taste. So in this case, I'll just go ahead to click on create deployment, and we see the compute resources I'm using here. I'm using 1 core of CPU. I'm using 512 megabyte of RAM, and I'm using 512 megabyte of storage. So those are the compute facilities I'm using right now. And at this point, Akash is trying to look out providers, people who have these utilities or compute resources and are willing to hire it, like are willing to give it out for you to lease. So that's really what is happening now. And now we are waiting for bids. All of this happens automatically, which makes Akash super fast. Yeah, Akash is said to be the super cloud, so that's also not it's also worthy to state. So I guess my network is lagging, but this should not take so long. So what is happening here is trying to check bids, and after this is completed, we'll get offers, probably several or just one, depending on depending on the providers that are available at the moment. So when we get a bid, you decide which deployment you want to deploy with, or that you want to go for, probably based on the amount they charge, or maybe based on the uptime. That's like how, on a scale of 1 to 100, how well is this provider known to be up, like having resources running. So right now we have a bid, and we just have one bid in this case, so it's not a problem. We will just go ahead with this bid. So this person is charging 1 $99.39 US per month. This person is based in Texas, US, and this person has 99.99% uptime, which is really good. This is the link to that provider. This person is audited, meaning that Akash has done some verification and this person is trusted. So we'll go ahead to select this bid and accept the bid. Alright, so we are creating a deployment at this point. We just have to wait for it to finish spinning. Alright, it's done. Our deployment is up. Might need few minutes or seconds to be up, to be running. Alright, so our deployment is active, and yeah, we are directed to the event, so we can check the log to see what has happened or what is happening, the current status of your deployment. But you could go to list, you could click on list or lists to get the link to your deployment. So right here is the link to your deployed app, in this case the Tetris game. So let's go ahead to see if that's working. Alright, so we could let's play. Alright, so the game is running. Alright, so this is the deployment. Wonderful, right? Okay, let's play for a while. I mean, what's the point of deploying without playing? Alright, so you get it. It's quite easy and interesting. So that's how to do it. Yeah, I guess I'm done now. So I'm just going to intentionally do this. Alright, so that was it. Deploying on Akash, deploying Tetris game on Akash, and that's it. So we head back to the link or to the list, and right here, if I choose to cancel my deployment, right, notice that I had 10 US dollar trial funds the other time, and now I have 5. Though that guy says he charges 1.39 US dollar per month, and this is not even a month, so why am I short of 5 US dollar? Well, what happened is that the moment you deploy on Akash, some of your funds is being transferred to an escrow account, an escrow wallet. So that is what is happening here. If you choose to cancel the deployment, then you get refunded, right? Is a way to keep both parties safe, right? So if I so you see, approximately if we are paying for approximately 4 months. So but let's say interestingly, or maybe for whatever reasons, I don't want to keep this deployment running, so I can go ahead to say I want to close the deployment, right? And when I close the deployment is currently being closed. I'll just have to wait for it. Alright, so the deployment is closed. You can see I have no active deployment, and you can see now I have my 10 US dollar trial funds back. So interesting, right? Imagine you're working, you're deploying with your fund. That is how safe it is. So you could cancel deployment, you could redeploy when you choose to or you need to. And another interesting thing I should mention is that recently Akash launched payment with credit card, so you could literally pay with US dollar, or you could choose to connect to a wallet to make payment with your AKT. So whichever way you find easy or convenient, you are free to go ahead to do that. Alright, so that was it. That was deploying a Tetris game on Akash Console. And if I go back to this game and try to reload the page, right, we cancel the deployment, hence the game or the app should not be running. So that is why we have that error. Yeah, thank you for joining.